Well, hello everyone and welcome. Telestax is pleased to host our RESCOM 1 Marketplace IQ series, where we highlight our partners and the benefits they bring. Today, we're featuring Veeting and their Veeting Rooms solution. Web conferencing has increased productivity in organizations worldwide, but easily connecting with existing web conferencing tools is really challenging at best. Most tools require installing browser plugins just to have a quick meeting. It's frustrating and takes valuable time away from the meeting. Enter Veeting Rooms. To walk us through Veeting and Veeting Rooms, I'm pleased to introduce Veeting's CEO, Sabine Bernhard, and CTO, Rolf Koster. Welcome to you both. Now,
Thank
just a
you
few
very much,
housekeeping
Maria.
items. Yes, nice to have you. Now, just a few housekeeping items for today's live event. All participants are in listen-only mode for the duration of the webinar, but please feel free to chat any questions in the Q&A box located at the bottom of your screen. This webinar is also being recorded, and replays will be available on the Telestax website within about 24 hours following our live broadcast. And with that, I'd like to turn today's webinar over to Fabian. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Maria, and thanks everyone at Telestax for making this happening. We will introduce Veeting to you. First, we will look at a few slides to give you the big picture and explain what Veeting is and what benefits it brings to you. Later, we will jump into a live demo where Rolf will show you the meeting room and all its features and capabilities. We will also look at the backend to see how meetings are scheduled at the APIs and see how you can integrate the platform into your existing solutions. We will look at white label options, the RESCOM 1 integration, and then last but not least, we will also look at use cases and success stories. So Veeting, the name Veeting stands for virtual meeting, and Veeting Room, a Veeting Room is a virtual meeting room. What we see here is a co-branded version of Veeting together with Telestax. This version integrates seamlessly into the RESCOM 1 platform and leverages the communication capabilities of RESCOM 1 and Telestax. So what is Veeting Rooms? This version is, as we said, integrated into the RESCOM 1 cloud platform. It runs directly in a web browser with no software installation at all. So it is a WebRTC-based web meeting platform. For enterprises, it is an interesting platform because enterprises can white label this solution with their own brand. It is important for enterprises to enforce their brand when they speak to their customers. With our solution, they can do that. For resellers, this solution allows them and allows you to make an additional margin. Your customers, they conduct business meetings. Your customers have a need to bring their business virtual. The question is, will they use it with a third-party solution, or will they use it and achieve these goals with the solution that you sell to them? We allow you to sell such a solution to your customers. The solution is also adaptable. We have an SDK and we have APIs so that we can bring this solution into more or less every vertical. So what is the unique opportunity here? This platform will be available to your customers and to you branded in less than a week. So no more year-long project to get something out of the door. With us, it's done within a week. It is integrated into Microsoft Office. You have mobile support, and you can even license multiple white labels. And same as with the RESCOM Cloud, it is a hybrid cloud solution, so you can either consume a cloud-based solution hosted by us, or you can even run it in your own data center. Depending on your need, we can bring the solution to you. But now I want to jump right into a live demo, and I will hand over to Rolf, and he will present the meeting room.
Okay, thank you, Fabian. So I will start to share my screen now. So the meeting starts normally with a meeting invitation that the organizer has been sent out to the participants. The email has a link where you can click on it. There are also the dial-in information. It can also be adjusted to your well. When you jump into the meeting room, you come down to the logon page where you can enter your name and you can enter your email address. And then you can click on the button if you just want to participate with audio or if you also want to participate with video and audio. Then you jump into the live meeting room. So here we are now in the Veeting meeting room. What you see now is Fabian on the other side. We just started this meeting a couple of minutes ago. And you have all the different functions and features here. And I will make a quick walkthrough through the different capabilities of Veeting. Sure, we see Veeting,
Rolf,
video.
Can I ask you to please share your screen?
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Is it working now?
We see you.
Okay. So what you see here is the meeting room with the videos of the participants and the different controls. You can mute the video, you can mute the audio, like you can do this with other tools as well. But the nice thing here are the additional tools that you have, like if you are in a physical meeting room. So first thing is the agenda. Everybody has access to the agenda. You can distribute an agenda of the meeting. You can change this agenda during the live meeting if additional topics will be discussed. And all this information that you enter during the meeting, they will be sent out within an email to all participants at the end of the meeting. Then we have another tab, the documents. Documents, you can upload documents during the meeting or before the meeting so that the participants have access to this information, to this document. They can download it or they can open it and study it and read it. So for example, I just click on this one to open it, and now this document is loaded in the meeting room, and I can mark information here. Everybody sees this when I make some markups here. I can walk through the document. I can switch to different pages. I can add some additional comments on it. And like you can do this with paper. The other function is the whiteboard function. Here, every participant is able to enter information, to put some diagrams on the whiteboard to explain this during the meeting. You have the different tools, like the eraser tool, like the pen tool, different colors that you can use. And also by the end of the meeting, this information, these documents will then be sent out to all participants, so you have a nice documentation. Another very nice feature is the screen sharing tool. We see this here. So Fabian will now share his screen and show us some information. You can click on it. Now waiting for Fabian. Yeah. So now his screen is loaded here. I also can change this here to full screen if it is a little bit too small to make it larger. He's scrolling now through the document and can give some information about this Excel sheet. You can share just an application. You can share your entire screen like we do this now during this demo. We also have a chat functionality, a group chat, where everybody can enter some information and chat during the meeting. We can enter also a link, for example. I can click on it, and then it would open this web page, and everybody is on the same page and has access to this information. A complete chat log will also be sent out at the end of the meeting to the participants. Last but not least, minutes, also an important thing, that we can take the minutes during the meeting, and everybody can add some information on it, or just one person is taking the minutes, and so you have also this information prepared as soon as people are leaving the meeting room, so you have the complete documentation of the meeting. A nice feature are the private notes. Private notes can be used if you do, for example, an interview and you want to take some notes of this meeting, of this interview, and the other people should not see this and not have access. So everything I'm entering here is private and only for me. Nobody else has access to this information or will receive this information. There are other features like chat features with other participants. What you can do here, you can invite during a meeting additional people if you forgot somebody to invite, or if you want to have an additional person on it. And all this works just within the browser. Important is there are no plugins required or no software required to install before the meeting. Everything is WebRTC based and just supported by the browser. We do also have dial-in numbers list. That's important for Telestack. So you have the different countries that you can dial in here. The numbers, the phone numbers. You see here how long the meeting is scheduled, and if you want to extend it, if you need more time, then you can just extend it here and say I need now 15 minutes more, 20 minutes more during the meeting, and then it will be extended. There are other settings feature, and there is also change language feature. For example, if you want to change or switch to Arabic, you just click on here, and you see now the screen will change immediately. Everything is now from right to left, and I can change back again here to English. So all this is done or can be done during the meeting, and each participant can change this. This was a quick walkthrough through the Veeting room. Important is also we do have mobile support. I can show this quickly here. We have a document here. We do have an Android version. We do have an iOS version, and you see here some print screen on it. So all these features and functions are also supported by tablets, by mobile phones on Android and iOS. I would now like to give over to Fabian again, who will introduce you into the backend services.
Thank you very much, Rolf. I will now share my screen. And I hope you see it now. So let's imagine for a quick moment that I am an accountant. I am a customer of Telestack's Veeting, and I want to set up a meeting with one of my customers to discuss his year-end closing. I know that my customer is always very busy. It's not easy to get hold of him. So what I will do first is I will send him a poll, find a date to find out when I can talk to him. I select a few days when I am available, so Tuesday, Friday, and Monday. I know that my customer, he's usually best available early in the morning. So I will suggest 7:30 in the mornings on these 3 days. And then from the platform itself, I will just send him an email. I will invite him and ask him to then participate in this poll. Clicking here will send out an email to my customer, and now he will receive a link such as this one here. We will look at how that looks like for him. And I already have answered, and my customer will answer now. And he will tell me he's only available on Thursday. So, and now I know when my customer is available. So from right here, I can then schedule my meeting. That makes it very easy to actually get hold of my customer. Scheduling a meeting, a business meeting, has just a topic. So I would say years and closing. It's a dial-in meeting. My customer email address is already selected here. I would send the button, and now my customer has a calendar invitation in his inbox. There are other things I want to prepare myself for. Because my company is important to me, I want to actually transport my brand to my customer. Now, this platform here is Telestax branded, but Veeting offers something that we call soft branding. I can go to my account settings, and I can upload a logo here, which I'm going to do right now. It is my accountant logo. And now my accounting firm, Accounting Plus Plus, I will have my own meeting room now, and when my customer joins my meeting, he will see my meeting. So that means he will join my meeting room and not Telestax meeting room. There is one more thing I want to do, because I know my customer always loves to go through the presentation slides that I have prepared, but this time I want him to really follow the things that my own timeline. So I will go to meeting permissions, and I will set up a new permissions template for this meeting. I will create a new permissions template, and I will say that everyone, so my customer, he can see the documents, but he can not present the documents, and maybe also I don't want him to draw on the documents. So with this tool here, I can configure my meeting room exactly the way I want it. If, for instance, private notes are in this meeting not important to me, I will set them to nobody, so the private notes will not even appear in the meeting room, neither for me nor for my customer. And with this, I'm now prepared for the meeting with my customer. That's how easy it is to schedule meetings within the Veeting Rooms platform. Another thing that I want to show you here is our APIs. Our APIs allow you to integrate our platform into your existing processes and billing systems. If you are a telecom operator having your own white label solution of Veeting, you want to integrate this platform into your existing billing system, because your customers, they already have an account with your platform, and you don't want your customers to have a second account and a second password with your meeting platform. So our RESTful APIs allow you to create accounts, to update accounts, to create users, and to update users. That makes it easy to seamlessly integrate this into your billing system. Maybe you also have a backend where your customers already manage their phone numbers and their conference rooms. So you can actually integrate a small scheduling system using our APIs directly into that platform, so that your customers can schedule meetings from where they already manage their conference rooms. We know that Veeting is integrated into the RESCOM One platform. If you're already a RESCOM One customer, you might wonder how difficult it is to bring your DIDs into the Veeting platform. It is very, very easy. In the RESCOM One Cloud console, you have your numbers. You can add additional numbers for the Veeting platform. You can even define SIP identities. And all you have to do is adding a URL, a post URL here, pointing to your Veeting installation, and the rest is already handled. So here is the IVR that we configure, and that's it. So there are two small steps, and Veeting is integrated into the RESCOM One platform. This entire solution is available with your brand, with your URL, and Veeting itself will not be visible at all. So you can take this product and make it your own. Now, to finish off, I would like to show you some use cases of existing customers to show you how Veeting is used already in the market. So I'm jump back to the slides. And first, we will start with some telecom operators. We see here Peoplephone from Switzerland and iTalkU from Mexico. These are white label customers of ours, and they have chosen Veeting because of the white label capabilities that are available. It was important to them to enlarge their product portfolio to also offer video and web conferencing on top of their existing voice business. Other telecom operators, some of which we can't show the logos, they also want to integrate the platform into their backend, the one that already exists. And for them, it was very important that Veeting offers APIs so that they can do their own integration. And now their customers, they don't use our backend to schedule meetings, but their already existing backend. So APIs and white label options, and of course, reseller pricing is important for telecom operators and resellers. There are also customers in verticals, end customers and customers who build businesses on top of our platform. In education, we have customers doing remote tutoring between students and tutors. What was important for them? Why have they chosen this platform and not others? Branding again, but also the whiteboard. For education, for education and tutoring, a whiteboard to draw math formulas or any other thing was very important. And this solution was so easy to use that even the customers, the children and the students could easily use it without learning it before. In finance, this is a Swiss bank. This bank conducts one-to-one meetings between clients and relationship managers, but also workshops for a larger audience with this platform. Again, here branding was important because when the customer relationship manager of the bank speaks to their customers, they don't want to just use any communication platform, but they actually want their customers to feel at home in the bank. If you go physically to the bank, they have a very nice entry hall and very nice meeting rooms. They wanted to transport this image also to the virtual world. Another important factor here was that this solution can be hosted in their own data center. There are certain industries like finance or lawyers, they have very sensitive data and they want to make sure that it's not in the cloud, but actually controlled all the way by themselves. So self-hosted was important for them. In the healthcare, there's a big change at the moment going on, and this platform can be used and is being used for doctors-to-doctors meetings and doctors-to-patients meetings. There is also the possibility to extend the platform to add additional tabs to the platform to fulfill certain requirements which are very specific to the healthcare market. And these specifics we can facilitate. The last use case I want to show you is with an architect's office. They have actually replaced Skype for Business with this platform. What they very much liked again is the whiteboard, because they were able to upload existing floor plans as a background and draw on the floor plan, so that they can adopt and discuss without being physically present in the same room. Maria?
Thank you, Fabian, and thank you, Rolf. I can say that Telestacks, we do use Veeting rooms, and by all accounts, we love it. So this is a really great way to show your solution out to our partners and our clients. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the ResCom One platform, and Fabian, thank you for talking about that, as well as the ResCom One marketplace. And really, it's changing the way that real-time communications are being developed and being delivered. And we're finding that it's fast becoming the platform of choice for rapidly building these enterprise-class and real-time messaging, voice, and video applications. And then for me, I think one of the interesting things about it in terms of deployment is really that the platform is completely scalable. It's highly available, and as we've kind of alluded to, it's really the only RTC platform that supports cloud, on-premise, and a hybrid deployment configuration, so that anyone can really tailor it to fit your needs. When we talk about the ResCom One marketplace, I invite our audience to imagine being a service provider that can deliver the best CPaaS offering in the market in record time, and then imagine having an ever-growing marketplace portfolio of revenue-generating apps that are pre-integrated and drive value over and above in transport revenue, even if you're not a wireless carrier. The ResCom One marketplace allows you to do just that, and it's the reason why we partner with such great companies like Veeting. So we thank you for partnering with Telestax and the ResCom One marketplace. So at this point, I would love to open it up for any questions from our audience. While people are starting to chat questions, I do have a question for you, Fabian. What gave you the inspiration to start Veeting?
Excuse me, can you repeat the question, please?
Sure. What gave you the inspiration to launch Veeting, to start the company? What was your inspiration?
The inspiration, thank you. Yeah. So for a long time, my background is banking. So we did a lot of business meetings with various tools, and it never made me happy. It was always a hassle to attend meetings. Half of the time it didn't work. And what I also, for me, was a big issue was always the software installation. And as a software engineer, it was also software delivery. So with software that you have to install, you have to update it. And from whatever angle I looked at the existing solutions, I didn't like them. I'm a big fan of web applications. There is no application so much available as a web browser. On every device that you have, there is a web browser. So you don't have to, with a web application, you don't have to worry about delivering the application, because the application itself is already installed everywhere. And then WebRTC came, encrypted video technology directly in the browser without any additional plugins needed, and kind of all this together then we realized that it was the right moment to start with Veeting. And usability and ease of use was always and is always the biggest focus of ours.
That's really great. And one of the questions that's coming in is talking about the use cases. You mentioned that I think it was the finance use case where they were able to host this in their own data centers. Talk with us a little bit more about that in terms of security for, perhaps some of these more security conscious types of companies.
Yes. So being in Europe especially, data privacy is a big thing. And many companies, they're either obliged by law or have a need to keep control over their data. And the most control you always have, or so people and companies believe, if you host and run the application in your own data center. There are always two sides, of course, cloud versus your own data center. The cloud, you have a little investment, and you also don't have no need for so much manpower to actually run the application. On the other hand, you always depend on third-party companies to actually protect your data. Now, with Veeting, everything is virtualized. So in modern data centers, whether it's in clouds or in self-hosted environments, in data centers, everything is virtualized. So what we do is we make it very easy to also host the entire application on virtual machines in existing data centers. And that's what we did for this bank and many other customers.
Okay, that's really great. I'd like to open it up for any more questions coming from the audience. If there are any, please chat them on the lower left-hand side of your screen. We do have one. Another question, it's pretty easy to set up given the demo. So how long does it really take if you're looking at an enterprise instance of Veeting for your organization? What's the deployment time?
So it usually takes much longer to negotiate the contract than to actually install the application. So what we promise is that within 7 days you're up and running, 7 business days you're up and running. So it's, of course, there is always coordination work with the IT department, but it's so simple that it's really within 7 days, and most of our installations happen within these 7 days.
Wow, that's really great. Especially as we all have struggled, I think, with so many of the virtual conferencing solutions that are out there. When you have to download software, or two, it just you can't really do what you want to do with it. So that's really good to hear. Well, I wanted to call out any more questions that anyone has, and if there are not, doesn't look like it. I do want to thank everybody for joining us today. Thank you again, Fabian, and thank you, Rolf, for spending your time with us and demonstrating Veeting and Veeting rooms. For additional information on Veeting or to get a free trial of this great service, please contact the RESCOM One sales team for free trial accounts and sales questions at telestacks.com. Thanks so much, everyone, and goodbye.